Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where China forms an empire. And I'm using this new map again, but yeah, I don't have much to say, so we can get, I don't know why the mouse is glitching, there we go. But we can get right into the video. So China is going to go expansionist, and they're going to gather up their military and begin to prepare to invade different countries. And honestly, in this region, I don't know, I know they don't like India, I know they don't like Japan, I know they don't like South Korea or Taiwan or Philippines, but I don't know if they like Mongolia or, Myanmar. I don't know if they like them, but let's just say that, some of the countries around them, relations go hostile, other than North Korea, but they gather up their military and they are going to prepare to invade Myanmar, because this would give them access to the Indian Ocean and be a big help. So their troops will enter in and they will have great success. I think Myanmar is pretty jungle, yeah. They have a lot of jungle there, I think. I don't know in what regions. But in this scenario, India is also going to be getting involved and meeting up with Chinese forces to try and stop them. I don't know why they have these two areas. I don't think they should have those. But the Chinese are going to be reaching the Indian Ocean and taking out pretty much the rest of Myanmar. But I don't know if this would actually happen, but Thailand is going to enter the war to get this panhandle, and they are going to achieve that, getting the panhandle, and the rest will fall over to China, and we can take a look at this peace treaty. And this is what this treaty looks like that divides up Myanmar. And so China now gets access to the Indian Ocean, and these also do follow real-life provinces. But so China can now just bypass the Strait of Malacca. Is that what it's called? Okay, yeah, I thought that's what it was called, but just had to make sure. But anyway, China is going to be not stopping there, and they are going to be moving their military up north over here to Mongolia. So China will move their troops up to Mongolia, and they will begin to invade. Like I said, I don't know really what their relations are with some countries, but they're going to be moving up, and I don't know exactly where the capital is. I think it's somewhere over here. They're going to be capturing it though, and also other Chinese troops on other fronts will enter in just to for sure spell defeat for Mongolia. And after Mongolia has a bunch of their land taken, they will go ahead and surrender. And it will be full annexation. Pakistan, seeing their allies going expansionist, will go ahead and meet with China to discuss the issue of Kashmir. And in the meeting, China assures Pakistan that they will help them. And so when Pakistani forces enter into Kashmir and officially declare war on India, China will declare war on India as well. And it's going to be pretty hard for China and India to fight because most of their border is the Himalayas. But down here in Myanmar, the Chinese will cut off this area of India and take it out. as they then will start to move up from Myanmar into India and what was just Myanmar, and they will begin to surround the border with Bangladesh, as this southern area will fall over to Chinese control, and China will make a very big move, pushing their forces down here and cutting off any supply going over to this area over here. And the Indians are going to go ahead and push back. They're going to push towards Islamabad and also into southern Pakistan. As Pakistan wouldn't be able to hold this front, they would be able to push into, both these countries would probably be kind of evenly matched at first. Well, probably just evenly matched because India probably has some of their forces. Well, definitely has forces over here fighting against China. And to make it even worse for India, China will invade Bhutan and take them out, as well as then invading Nepal and taking them out as well to just go around the Himalayas. And New Delhi is right there, and the Chinese will go ahead and reach out to it, but the Indians will stop them and push back and push them back all the way to Nepal. But this area over here will quickly begin to fall, as it just does not have enough supplies and will be completely wiped out as Chinese soldiers now flood in over here. And the Indians and Pakistanis will continue fighting, as the Indians will try to knock out Pakistan as quickly as possible as they push farther in, and will push into Pakistan's claim over Kashmir. But the Pakistanis will push back. I don't know if that's the correct term for people from Pakistan, but they will push back the Indians and have a lot of success as they push them back from Islamabad, and will push into India itself, as Chinese soldiers flood into India over here and will go along the border of Bangladesh, going down all the way to the Indian Ocean. And both these countries, well, all three of these countries would just take a very long time to wipe one out. But we're just going to say time speeds up, and China will advance more and more into India, and they will begin to near New Delhi, and the Pakistanis will push into India and reclaim their land and push also towards New Delhi. It becomes very clear to India that they cannot win this war, and they begin to notice it. And as Chinese and Pakistani troops will move even closer to New Delhi, and eventually the battle for New Delhi will begin, as Chinese and Pakistan forces will enter in, and the city will not be completely captured, but India will go ahead and meet for a peace deal, and we can see what this peace treaty will look like. And in this peace treaty, India will get a lot of land taken from them, as we can see here. If I turn on the province layer, you can see all this land that Pakistan got down here, and up here, and all the land that China got. They got Nepal, Bhutan, all of this land from India. They got a lot. Everyone got a lot. And obviously India is going to be not happy now. So, yeah, but I mean, they're not going to do anything about it. But China is going to turn their attention elsewhere, where they go over to Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. They line up their military, and they will begin to advance into both countries. And I know this is kind of hard to see. And actually, I think it's Kyrgyzstan, but I think China actually has close relations with one of these countries. And so Kyrgyzstan will fall very quickly, and Tajikistan will follow. And yeah, we can take a look at this peace treaty. And it will be full annexation for both of these countries. And that was pretty quick. And China is going to send their military into North Korea and order an invasion of South Korea, in which the North will be fine with that, and Seoul will be captured. And yeah, this automatically is alarming for the Western countries. But let's just say, the United States is doing something else. So they're not going to come to the aid of South Korea, and instead Japan will. And Japan declares war on North Korea, and also China, and South Korea is finished off, and naval battles continue. Well, not continued, happen over here, as an official annexation of South Korea will happen. And also, Taiwan is surrounded by Chinese ships and navy, and the Chinese will capture all these little islands that Taiwan has before making a landing on the actual island and capturing the capital, which I believe is up there. And from here, Taiwan will fall. And the Japanese have already kind of lost hope because, well, all their allies have fallen. And the Philippines doesn't really want to get involved in a war right now. And so a peace will be negotiated between China, North Korea, and Japan. And in that treaty, we see that Japan will be left alone, but South Korea will be annexed by North Korea, and Taiwan will be annexed by China. And obviously China is very much expanding their influence, and right now they have obviously all of their mainland board's not going to be perfect, but their influence is something like this as far as like alliances and stuff. And it's growing too. So China will calm down for a little bit and focus on other issues, and then they are going to take a big move, or not, that doesn't make sense. They're going to make a big move and line their forces up on the border with Russia, and then their troops will enter into Russia as they officially declare war. And Russia is not ready for this. They have their forces over here in Ukraine, and it's going to be hard to transport forces all the way over here. And so China will advance into this area, which I don't know what it's called. I feel like it probably has a name, like for this specific area. But they will capture or make a landing and capture all of Sakhalin, I believe this is. And their troops also go out from Mongolia and reach up with this lake, but this is mainly just to show off power to Russia. And their main goal is already captured here, as this area will fall, and a peace negotiation will happen because Russia really does not need this right now, and so a peace treaty will be held, and we can see what that is going to look like. And this is the land that Russia will lose to China, which is this area over here, and this area, which I believe is called Tuva. I might be wrong on that though. But yeah, we can see what all China gained from Russia, and it is quite a bit. And China has fulfilled most of their claims and their ambitions, but there is one area, well, not just one, an area that they still want some land in, and that is Kazakhstan. And so they will just begin to move in with their forces, as they will surround this lake and actually have a huge encirclement over here. But there's not a lot of Kazakh forces here. They will push up and spearhead up to the capital of Kazakhstan, which they will capture, which is Astana. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but Chinese forces will roll through Kazakhstan, and Kazakhstan knows they don't stand a chance and will go ahead and surrender, and we can take a look at this peace treaty. And China is very, very large now. As we can see, they took a bunch of land from Kazakhstan, but Kazakhstan actually still exists, so that's good for them. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I know it was a little bit short, I think, but yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, don't forget to tell me in the comments if you like it without the terrain layer, or if you like it with the terrain layer on, because no people commented last time. But yeah, bye, and I'll see you in the next video.